We're all excited. I'm super excited. It's been maybe about a year that we haven't played an actual game instead of inter squad. When we're obviously, we're opening up with Florida, it's gonna be, the juices are gonna be rolling and it's gonna be fun. That's what we want.
Awesome. We're going to go to David Wilson of the Miami Herald. David, go ahead.
Adele, obviously last year the pitching staff you were working with was a lot of veteran experience guys. This year you've obviously worked with veteran as a reliever, I guess mostly, and then two freshmen. Just what has stood out, I guess, first about the two freshmen, and what does Fetterman bring as a starter that you've obviously seen in the past as a reliever?
Yeah, so I mean, the two freshmen are, they're lights out. I think they got really good stuff. Um, you know, Rosario, he's been very consistent in our inner squads. He's got a really hard fastball and he's got good movement. I know JD has worked with him a ton with his, off speeds, which what he needed to work when he got here. It's looking a lot better now. And as far as Maderos is, his off speed was always good. Since he got here, he just needed to, you know, um, discipline himself and just throw more strikes, be go right after the pitchers. I mean the hitters. So those two kind of worked a lot with JD. And as far as Fed's probably our most consistent, pitcher, veteran guy, and he's a competitor. He was also a starter in the Cape, so he had experience, there. So looking forward to that.
Awesome. We're going to go to Louis Zabala of CBS 4. Louis, go ahead.
What's up, Dell?
How's it going?
Hey, going with those two freshmen heading up to Gainesville to open up the season, you as a catcher, how important is it going to be for you to keep those guys? And even Fed is an emotional guy. He said that as a closer, he doesn't have to worry about it. He could come in there and blow, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And now as a starter, it's maybe your job to keep them, even keel. What your role as a catcher in that situation? And Gino said you haven't really caught a lot, but you're going to be dependent on heavily in those type of situations. What's that going to be like going up there for the opening weekend?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think I started that honestly in the fall. With Maderos and Alejandro. I kind of talked to them. I picked their brains. Like what they want me to do as far as setting up. Where they want me to set up for certain pitches, anything like that. Just communicating with them, so it could be easier for when the game comes, and a lot smoother. We don't have to discuss all that stuff during the games. I just need to focus on, or not focus, but like make sure they're still with their game plan and doing what they wanted to do. So I'm the guy that's guiding them and making them, feel good and comfortable.
Awesome. Our last question for you comes from Christopher Stock of Inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Adrian, I was curious about you faced Tommy Mace and Jack Leftwich, throughout your career. Just kind of if you could touch on each of them and maybe the challenges in facing them and having success against them as a team.
Yeah, I mean they're very good, both very good pitchers. They get ahead on the count, which when you're facing a pitcher that gets ahead on the count, it's kind of tough to take pitches and see a couple of pitches, and I've seen them for this is gonna be my third time I see them both actually, so it's kind of a little bit of advantage, but still it's different. I'm sure over quarantine they worked on stuff too, so you can't take you can't take them for granted. They're very good pitchers, and you just got to compete.